What is going on, everybody? We're back on Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 3. Can't believe we're 3 episodes in already. We're really speeding through it. Last episode, we didn't have anything as far as moving plot or pieces. We were just kind of a little bit of a build-up episode. We got to see the human identity, names, forms of the new Jaw Titan and the Cart Titan. We see Rainer's mental is still, he knows what he wants, but something's going on. And he's been like that since, season 2 or so. So it hasn't gotten any better. I think Gabby is his cousin. His mom is looking at him funky. Even, the other kid. Is the other kid his brother? Is Colt his brother? I got to get the relationships of everybody put together. Either way, people are looking at him with a raised eyebrow. I did a bunch of digging clarifications. Zeke should know that he is of royal blood. So I'm curious if he's this almighty, loyal Eldian to the Marleyan cause, and he said things like, I'm worried about, he's going to inherit my ability and not be able to use it to its full potential. But he doesn't say why. He just says, he won't be able to. He knows why. So why does he withhold the information of what he is? Is he afraid that, he'll be tortured or picked apart or dissected upon? Does he think he'll just be strung up and used as like a mating tool to spit out? I don't know, but like, if he's that devout, honorary Marleyan type thing, and he's the golden boy, the wonder child, why does he withhold that information? He seems... I can't tell if he's got some like double, triple Inception, Itachi layered, like I'm really working for them, but I really turned to my parents to show that I was against them, but I was really working for them. I don't know. He says he's got unfinished business. He wants to go back over there, complete their mission. He's got about a year or less left. And then we got introduced to this. We haven't seen them yet, but the family that controls the Warhammer is an Eldi. They are Eldians, correct? And it seems they get preferential treatment, or they get treated as equal as Marleyans, or I don't... We need to see a little bit more of that to see what kind of, status they have. At least to my eyes, we still haven't seen a Eren or Levi or Mikasa, at least that I would recognize, unless they've been in hiding around. I guess it's kind of safe to say that maybe they have infiltrated the continent. They just haven't made a move yet. I would love to go back to Paradis and just see how... I mean, it's got to be like fortified out, like the walls. We've got to. I feel like our technology has had to have taken a step up, and just our preparation for another invasion has to have taken a step up. So I don't think it's just going to be walls and like if you get through, we retreat. There's got to be so much like set up, and I can't wait to see. Besides that, let's do it. And are they saying Reiner's father was Marleyan and he fell in love with the Eldian? Oh, was that a flashback to Reiner's childhood? Oh, okay, it was. Never mind. His mental was tripped even back then. So that's his brother who's dead. Bertholdt's dead. Annie's captured. We're getting like... It's turning into Reiner's anime here in a minute. I'll be the greatest son anyone could ask for. Into opening. Oh, wow. The transition to that was great. Ooh. And then who was it? Somebody... It's the older one, I think. Not Reiner's little brother, if that is Reiner's little brother, but the older one. That was in the meeting room with, Peak, Reiner, Zeke. Is he the son of Grisha's fellow patriot that they kicked off the wall? I recognize his last name. Was it Grice or something like that? He was the one that they kicked off and let all the other Marleyans chase when they injected them, because they said they always toss one human over so that the Titans won't clump up around the wall and they'll go chase a human. I'm pretty sure the older one, I can't remember. I don't think he's Colt. I think Colt is the smaller one that's like around the same like height and age of Gabby. But I think the older one that was in the meeting with them, he's the son of Grice that got kicked off the wall? Oh, wow. We're getting super deep. High mobility and speed. Its capacity for localized hardening allows it to... Wow, okay. The Jaw Titan is all offense. I'm loving this description. Its small size makes it especially agile, and its claws and arms have enough power to crush almost anything. We'll give it to... How come Ymir's didn't have that jaw on it? Oh, they're doing like test runs here, like in their own campgrounds. The God of Destruction. Now, they said the Beast Titan has abilities. Are they just simply referring to, again, just Zeke, or something specific about him? Because I think that's just Zeke specific, no? He wants nothing to do with him. Yeah. They really want us to feel for this man. And I do feel for him. He's still done terrible things, but... what choice did he have? What choice did any of them have, really? Yeah, I am curious why Ymir's Jaw Titan looked kind of like just malnourished. I don't know what that was about. Maybe that's just what the female version of it looks like? Now, they stumble across Ymir before they even attack the walls, correct? Or did they knock them down, regroup, and then he got eaten? He didn't want his brother to get picked as much as possible because he didn't want this for him. Yeah. Damn. And it's wild because, like, we've never seen Reiner in this light of... There she is. And then he saves his life. I don't remember that part. I just remember him getting eaten. Reiner always seemed to be, like, the one in charge of the group, leading them, etc., etc., but, like, he's been like this even before he got there. It was made to seem like his mental started going once he started, you know, spending time around, you know, Sasha, Connie, Eren, Mikasa, etc., but he was already... And they put that on him, his mental, too. They're putting Marcel's death on him, too. I guess Bertholdt's not gonna say... My god. Oh god. Bertholdt, don't try to stop it now. Jesus. And you have to remember, they're still like pre-teens at this stage. Yo. We're tapping out, buddy. Let us out. And there she comes, Dinah Fritz herself. Look at, like, and just seeing how young they are. We haven't seen it from this side yet. We knew how young they had to be, but... It's crazy. Yeah. She can't go back there. I mean, they could never go back until they got something better than just some information. Reminds him of him. Yeah. That's not him loading a gun to shoot other warrior kids, is it? Tell me that's not. What's about? Did he shoot himself in the head and not even die? What am I looking at right now? What the... Is this... This is now. Holy shit. Someone's got to check in on this man and give him a hug or something. My god. He was really about to take it in. I'm curious, would that even kill him? I guess if he doesn't transfer his consciousness, it would, right? live a full life, he says. Emphasis on full. Damn. What do they do with the kids that don't make... Well, clearly they still leave them around because we saw Marcel's brother still hanging out there. Maybe they could just be... They don't have to be kids, right? Could you just get them on the next round? If you're someone that, like, you've lost a limb, whatever, and you become a Titan and eat somebody, will that sprout back like it never happened? Well, look at that man's face again. Look at his face one more time. Is that Eren? God, it kind of looks like him. And the more I got like a dead-on look at his face, and then the voice, and then the face again, is that... I mean, it very well could be. Because didn't we see somebody with long hair looking at Reiner and the kids as they walked? I thought that was Pike, or Peak. Like looking at them from the balcony of the room that they were just talking in, and Reiner went down, talked to the kids, and like, I thought that was her looking over her shoulder. It might have been who this is. Is that Eren? It's just hard to tell with like because of the mustache and the hair, but like the blue eyes and the voice. Let me hear a little bit more. And he's talking about hell and everything. I think that is him. I could be 100% off. I could be completely wrong. I have absolutely no idea if that's him or not. Just the voice and everything just making me think, is that him? I'm not sure. All right, so let's talk about it. Huge Reiner backstory. And like I said earlier, I thought his mental fragility was kind of from what we saw Bertholdt talking about last season before his death, and what we had kind of, you know, you get in so deep that you become that spy. And, you know, you see Reiner struggling with, like, shaking enough, trying to remember what their mission is. And Bertholdt's talking about, like, yeah, we came over, we had a mission to do. But in that time, we did become friends in XYZ. And he's like, it's time that I have to sever those bonds. Like, I can't play with you guys anymore. I have a mission to do. And I always thought that's what happened to Reiner as well. Like, he got in so deep, so close to, you know, Eren and, you know, Jean and, you know, all the others, that when it came time to, like, finish that mission, he couldn't, you know, he was struggling with it. But this went back even further, even before he became the Armored Titan. So his father was 100% a Marleyan, stumbled across his mother. You know, I'm sure it happens all the time. That's just with any kind of like slavery or prejudice. You know, you got people, they'll hate and talk down on it, but they'll still like have relations and have children with those people, but then want nothing to do with it after the fact, as we saw with his father. So his father was 100% Marleyan, mother was Eldian. His mother's over here telling him these stories and stuff. As he's that little, of course, you know, it's going to mold his mental of wanting to see his father. You know, if I do this, we can all be a family. I'll be an honorary Marleyan, which means my mother then becomes one, which means you being a Marleyan, like, we can all live together. It won't look as bad, but no, it still clearly is. Father still wants nothing to do with him, and it wasn't even supposed to be him. Marcel seems to have... He was talking about, like, he almost sabotaged any chance he get to, like, make Reiner look better and make his brother look worse than he was, pretty much the same thing that Reiner wants to not happen to Gabby is what Marcel wanted to not happen to his brother. He didn't want the warrior life for his brother and to become a Titan and only have 13 years and blah 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 blah. And he's sorry that he put that on Reiner, but it was never supposed to be him. But he did whatever he could to protect his brother. Then in the very end, Ymir would have ended up eating Reiner, and she would have had the armor Titan, which is crazy. And Reiner, he has no mental. Even up to this, even to present time, the man was this close to blowing his brains out. I don't even know if that would have killed him, but I'm pretty sure it would have. I was like, is this a flashback to him, in the warrior training? But I was like, wait, that guy looks a little bit older, and then that was him right now. I think he's at his worst right now. It's just a lot, especially since everybody else around him has been lost, and he doesn't have anybody to confine in. At least, Bertolt and him still had each other. They lost Annie. The mission failed. Zeke showed up. He's like, oh, we're getting this done. At least they still had each other, talking about, after this we can go home, we can do whatever. Like, he has nobody to just get that out. Sometimes you got to get that out of you, even if it's to a stranger or, and he just doesn't have it. He really doesn't have it. So the man's holding on by a thread. I feel like he could literally tip either way. Will he fully side with Eren and them and just be like, y'all might not believe me, but I'm going to help. I'm over it. I'm choosing my own destiny. I'm an Eldian. I'm a proud Eldian. Whatever. I don't know. Does he fully go on, just tilt to the other side, or does he still hover back and forth in the middle? I don't know. That's the same thing with Zeke as well. I don't know what Zeke really wants or does. Craziness, craziness, craziness. So we got all that backstory. Seeing it from their point of view was pretty great because we knew who they were and how young they were when they, took down the wall, when they were doing this, doing that, but we never saw them physically doing it. So to see, we knew how young Armin and Eren and Mikasa were when the wall got broken, and seeing them as like literal 8, 9-year-olds, and then to flash to see Reiner in the Armor Titan that young charging at the wall was pretty great. Bertolt looking back at Dinah as she's walking in. And Reiner basically having to put on a face and lead them. But he was making a good point. I don't think, even if it was just a scare tech like Annie, we can't go back. They'll give your Titan to somebody else too. He's accurate in that statement. What the hell makes you think y'all couldn't even start the mission? Why would we let you come? We're going to capture you, give it to somebody else. So we got all that. Reiner's got to figure some shit out. I don't know if he will. Maybe in his dying moment he'll make a final decision. Maybe he'll really do something for himself. I thought the kind of background Marvel superhero description, Call of Duty explanation on all the Titans and their backstories was pretty great, and showing us the detailed diagrams and what they specialize in, and calling the Colossal Titan the god among Titans or among men or whatever it was. That was pretty great. And I'm curious about Ymir's because they say the Jaw Titan, and you see it with that face mask on it, but she didn't have that. Is that because it got transferred to a female? It didn't fully. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else really from this. Let me skip through it here. This is them and the brothers talking. We got all that, and then the transition to the other side of where Eren and them are. Yeah, this was probably one of the best parts. Seeing the X-Men breakdown diagram, they've just got everything going. He goes to see his father, and then Ymir just pops up out, eats Marcel, and then Reiner's mental flips right here. It flips right here. He does choke her out. Takes the beat and chokes her ass out. And then, yeah, what was the reason of the guy? This kind of makes me think of Reiner. He just wanted somebody to talk to, and he's like, okay, now that I got that out, I'm out, what else we got? Annie running into flipping Kenny was pretty great. And who? That was fucked. This piano string here, this creepiness, reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul. They did that so much of like, okay, that's eerie and creeping me the hell out. Anytime Kaneki would freak out and have his like PTSD knuckle crack moments, they string together these like high pitched pianos, and it freaks me out every time I hear it. Oh my god, that was close. And this sounds like Eren because I feel like post getting to the basement and connecting with his father and Kruger's flashbacks, he's kind of become a little more like refined in his speech and presentation. So like that was hard for me to recognize him at first, but it's like he's missing a limb clearly. But like if he's a Titan, if he just bit down, turned into a Titan, came back out, he'd come back out with like full limbs and all. So maybe he's I don't know if it's him. It could just be a rando, but the voice and the zoom in on his face and talking about hell and all that at the very end makes me really think it's him. And if it's not, I'll be wrong on that, but that shot right there makes me think it's him. We'll leave it there. We will leave it there. Reiner's mental is like, it's just not good. I don't know what's going to make it good because he has no one. He can't talk to anybody in his family because they think they're not going to be able to comprehend what he wants or what he's going through. If he talks about, those people aren't that bad, I made friends over there, they're going to turn him in as a traitor. If he tries to go confine in Eren and them, do you know the destruction you've caused? So, like, does he talk to Zeke? Would Zeke betray? I don't know. He really has nowhere to go. So, the man's struggling, and they're really portraying that, especially in these first couple episodes. We'll see. It's the Reiner anime so far. We'll see how it plays out, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll leave it there. I appreciate it, guys. Everybody will see this on Monday in some full-length highlight reaction format. We'll go from there. I appreciate it. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, as always.